What's up and welcome to Unusual Chatter Podcast. This is a special edition because we're interviewing some moms for Mother's Day. I wanted to interview several different moms and get their take on what it's like to be a mother. So let's get them out here. My mom, Tawanda Yanez.
Woo! Thanks for having me.
Yes, welcome.
Hello, podcast world.
Podcast world. Unusual chatter, as Paul would say. This guest is Darylyn Grillo. Let's get her out here and talk to her. What is with everybody having like an intro dance, intro song? What's going on?
It's your song. At least that's what I was attempting.
That was my song?
Boom.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to have to work on that one. I'm very concerned.
We're a family program.
Oh, gosh. Well, this is going to be fun. Introducing my stepmom, Sheila Grant.
Hey.
Hello, hello.
I prefer bonus mom.
Bonus mom? Bonus mom?
Bonus mom.
Stepmom? Bonus mom? I like it.
Stepmom sounds mean.
Oh.
Like they're evil.
I don't know. I feel like that word gets a bad rap.
True. Bonus mom, but in addition to.
Okay, I feel you.
Right?
I understand.
Right?
I get that. I feel you.
Let's roll with that.
Okay, let's get bonus mom. Bonus mom. All right, so bonus mom, Sheila Grant. Welcome. I need to get the like button.
Can we? Like every episode I watch, I want to hear like the 90s clapping. Like, yay, ha ha ha, and the clapping. I want that.
Today, we are interviewing a special mom today named Thamar Capretta.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, hello, Thamar. How you doing?
I'm good. I always got to do this.
Oh gosh, what do you got to do?
Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki.
I guess yeah. Every time I say hi to Thamar, she's like, hey, Nikki, hey, Nikki.
I don't know. I'm like low-key, a barb, low-key. And every time I hear Nikki, I got to go, hey, Nikki, hey, Nikki.
I can't. It's like, is that copyright? Do I got to worry about that?
No, there's no music. We should be okay.
We should be okay.
If YouTube comes after you,
I'll be like, listen, it was like less than 2 seconds. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I think you're good. I think you're good.
We are actually interviewing one of my good friends, Karen Saintville.
That's always my intro.
That's always your intro. That's going to be your intro from now on. Every time you come, that's going to be your intro.
Oh, so I'm coming back.
So you're coming back.
Awesome.
All right.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to have you on here. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Well, we have a couple questions for you. But first of all,
Talk to me.
how's your day going?
My day's going, honestly, way better. Ended great being here tonight.
Yeah.
Started rough. I was just so tired. I think run down from the week, but now I feel really good. Now I'm ready. I was excited to be here tonight. So
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, today we are going to ask you a couple of questions about what it's like being a mom, some advice on being a mom, and we're going to give the people these questions and see, and hopefully it helps them on their journey of motherhood, and then see what it does in the world.
I like it.
So here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Question number 1. What's been the most rewarding aspect of motherhood for you?
Aw, that's a great question. Rewarding. I mean, all of it really is rewarding, like even the tough stuff. But I feel like being able to see him be just like unapologetically like innocent and happy, and like to know that I'm a small part of that for him. I'm just like, I want to preserve that in you forever. Like, just never go out into the real world. Just stay this little with me forever. But it's also really rewarding when like I feel like, if I feel like he's not hitting milestones. Yeah. Which everybody says like don't compare your kid, and you try not to, but I'm like, okay, like, are you gonna start doing this soon or that soon? And lately he's just been hitting like a ton of milestones. That's amazing. That has been so fun to watch, and he's slowly getting like more and more fun and more interactive. He's not just like a blob that sits there anymore. He's becoming his own person, and that's really rewarding to watch and see. So
that's sweet.
Yeah. Wow. I wish you gave me these questions beforehand.
I want to keep you on the spot.
Keep me on my toes.
Keep you on your toes.
What is the most rewarding
aspect of being a mother, of motherhood?
I think it's the influence you have on your kids. Just the fact that God entrusted you with his children is a huge responsibility, and just I never ever want to take that for granted. And so the influence that we have on their life, or that I have on their life, is incredible. It's scary, but it's also very exciting, and it's rewarding when you teach them something and it's like repetitive, and you do it again and do it again, and then one day it just clicks and they get it, and they're a better person for it, they're a better kid for it. And so that part to me is very rewarding, just to know that, you know, influence could be used good and bad, but in this case we're using it for good, and I love that. It's super rewarding.
That's good. All right, how do you balance taking care of yourself while taking care of your children?
See, that's hard, because I've realized with myself, I'm a person who naturally like gives to people, sometimes without even realizing. And I'm like, why am I so drained? Like, because I wouldn't say, I guess, yeah, I'm nurturing, but at the same time, I had to learn to like prioritize me, especially when now I have like 2 toddlers. Yeah. So they're very demanding and they need a lot of me. And I have to really like be like, no, in this moment, just relax. Like, do what you want to do. Take it, do your facial, do your nails, go get your hair done. Like, go get a massage, something. Go hang out with your friends, anything. Because a lot of, if you're not filled, like, you're not going to be able to pour into your kids. Yeah. And that's something that was hard for me to understand, especially right off of like postpartum and stuff, because I'm like one person like, I gotta make sure do everything perfect, and I had to learn like, you're never gonna be a perfect parent, but you just do your best and be okay when you don't do your best, and like be nice to yourself and be kind.
That's good. Yeah, I like that.
That's part of the self-love too.
Well, I mean, you 2 are adults now, and Kayla's married and lives away, so I don't see her as much. But when you were younger, and you both were in the same household, sometimes it can be challenging. I mean, it's hard to take care of yourself when you have young children that you're raising, because for me personally, I've always put family first and put you girls first. So I would kind of like, you know, step back on things that maybe I needed to do for myself, mentally, physically, in order to make sure you guys had a better life or were well taken care of. So, and then also too, when I was raising you guys, we didn't have social media, so I don't really know. I'm sure it's even more challenging for parents now to try to raise a child with all the social media and different things that are out there. I mean, not to age myself, but, you know, cell phones were just coming out basically when you guys were coming into the world. Yeah. So it wasn't as hard. It was hard, but I think the way that the world is today, it's a little bit more challenging for parents than it was when I was raising you girls. Yeah. So,
what's the most unexpected thing you've learned since becoming a mother?
Most unexpected thing that I've learned since becoming a mother. How much I would love motherhood. If you know me at all, which you've known me for a long time, I didn't even know if I wanted kids.
I remember that.
So like the fact that I love motherhood so much, and I've made it such a priority in my life, and I never feel like it's enough. Like, I'm always like, you know, what else can I do? Like, as far as like spending more time with him and all of that stuff. So I think that was like an unexpected thing for me to know. Like, obviously I knew I would love my child. I knew I would love him more than anything, but I didn't know how much I would love being a mom. Yeah.
All right. What's the most unexpected thing you've learned since becoming a mother?
What's the most unexpected thing I've learned? Probably that your children are the people, or some of the people, groups of people that will hurt your feelings the most.
Well,
because y'all are jerks.
Wow. Well, that came out real. She was like,
you can love and not like your kids all at once.
okay. At the end of the day, the day's got to end. I mean, she got to tell you like how it is, you know. She gonna tell you like it is. But it's true. I mean, it's true, because there's days where you like your kids, but there's days where you want to punch your kids in the face.
In the throat.
Like, I'll take you
right
in this world, but I'll take you right out, straight up.
Literally. You've heard mom say that all the time, right?
Yeah.
It's not a lie. It's true.
It's true.
That you don't have to enjoy your kids all the time. I think like when you're a mom, like when you become a mom, you think that you're just going to know how to be a mom, and like it's just going to come naturally. And while yes, there are a lot of things that are instincts and come naturally when you are a mom, it's also like you don't always enjoy every part of it.
Yeah.
And I think that not a lot of people talk about those parts.
Yeah.
And I think not a lot of people talk to me about those parts. So when I felt like I didn't like a certain part of motherhood, I love my children. I don't always like my children. You know what I mean? Like they're throwing a tantrum, I'm not going to like you, or if they're being defiant, you know? But because I always assumed that I had to like every part of motherhood. When I felt like I didn't like certain parts, I felt guilty, and I felt like there was something wrong with me. And then I would talk to other moms, and I'm like, oh wait, like I guess it's okay to not like certain parts of motherhood and actually not like your kid for a moment. And so obviously I love them. I'll give my life for them. But yeah, that part was a little bit of like a shock. I'm like, crap, like I don't know if I like this part. Yeah, I hope that answers that question.
It does. It's funny because you're not the first mom to have said that on this podcast. So I'm like,
y'all moms know.
Y'all moms don't like us. Hold on. Wait.
No, we love you.
We do.
We don't like you all the time.
Dad, you don't like us? Dang.
You throwing a tantrum, a fit? I don't like that.
If you could trade places with one of your kids for a day, what would you do? What would be one of your things that you do?
That they do, that I would want to do?
Like, yeah, if you could trade places with them, what would you do? Like, what would be the first thing that you do?
I'll have them carry me around, because put me in the stroller.
Put me up. Get me up. Come on.
I don't want to walk. They're heavy. Especially when you have to carry them both, and they're like, oh, mommy, and they both be fighting for me. They throw hands just to get affection from me sometimes. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like,
dang. It's my turn.
Sleep in.
Really?
Sleep in. Stay in my bed till 2 p.m.
That's like the Freaky Friday. If I trade places with you, I think I would max out your credit card.
Dang.
See,
but you guys don't have credit cards for me to max out.
I do.
I mean, but they're...
Nah, why you gotta try me like that? You gotta try me like that. You gotta do me like that.
Hey, like in combination of all you girls, maybe.
That's messed up. But hey, you gotta do me like that. That's messed up. If you could trade places with me or Kayla for a day, what would you do?
Well, if I was you, I definitely go to see something. I go to some country. I jump on a plane and something and go to another country. If I was Kayla, I would like to perform as her. I miss hearing her sing.
Yeah.
And performing and acting. I was thinking about that the other day, how we used to go to her school plays and stuff like that. So I think I would want to perform in her if I was her for a day.
Yeah.
Do that.
That'd be really cool to perform as Kayla. Kayla's voice still is.
It still is, yeah. But she just kind of like put it on the shelf. Like I said, things change, as far as when you become an adult, when you become a parent, sometimes your lifestyle changes for a while and you have to put things on hold. you know, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And then, you know, sometimes you can go back to it, and sometimes, you know, you've already finished that chapter in your life, and it's just time to move on to something else.
If you could make one household chore disappear forever, what would it be and why?
Oh gosh, there's so many. I hate laundry. I hate cleaning my house, but it has to be done. I hate the dishwasher.
Moms
And it's
are
a
so
dishwasher. Like,
Moms
that's
are
a
so
luxury.
funny.
Having a dishwasher is a luxury. And even that, I'm like, I don't want to do the dishes. Don't make me do the dishes. I don't want to cook nothing no more. I'm so... Which one do you want to take off my plate? I don't know. I don't know. Gosh, if I had to choose. Household chores. I hate them all.
Yo, moms are funny.
I hate them all. I'm going to go with, this is tough, but I'm going to go with cleaning my house.
And why?
Because it takes too much time.
Cleaning the whole house. Because I mean, not to be weird or anything, but literally when I was young, I can't even remember how old enough to remember, but I remember Nana telling me, oh, let me show you how to cook. So I was basically walking in the kitchen and she was cooking. And I literally looked her in her eyes and told her, I don't need to know how to do that. I'm going to have a maid, and walked out the kitchen and never learned how to cook. Because in my mind, I did not want that chore of cooking and all that, cleaning.
Forever.
Cooking.
Okay, why?
I hate cooking.
I didn't even get to finish the question. She said, cooking! Get it away from me! I don't want it!
I don't mind buying the food. Can you cook it?
I can't.
Can you meal plan it?
I can't cook. I'm sorry.
Like, if I had all the
cook.
money in the world, that is the first thing I would do, is
Buy
hire
a
a
chef?
chef. Buy a chef.
Buy a chef, hire a chef. I don't know how to
Hire a chef.
hire. Sorry.
And yep, that's what I would do. Cooking, get out of here. I could clean all day. I could run errands, but I don't want to be in the kitchen cooking. Think 3 times a day.
That makes sense. I understand. Yeah, no, cooking and me, we have a love-hate relationship. I think, I tried to cook noodles one time, and I burned the noodles. I don't know how.
Okay.
I
That's
don't know how.
That's definitely sad. How old are you? Do you eat out every meal?
What?
Okay.
What's the question? What's the next question?
The next question. You're the one interviewing me.
What's the next question? What's the funniest thing your child has ever said to you? Your child. What's the funniest thing your child has ever said to you that has made you laugh out loud?
That's a good one.
Come on. I've said some funny stuff. Or Kayla has said, no, Kayla's not funny. I'm funny. I'm hilarious. Thank you.
I don't know. That's a,
Funny. Okay. Funny thing you have said or done.
Well done. Oh, okay. Well done. I could say when Kayla was learning how to walk, she walked to the sliding glass door, and you know, they have the blinds and they have the cord thing. Mm-hmm. And I guess she somehow walked into the cord, and when she turned around to walk back, her neck got caught and she was swinging with the cord. So I was like, ooh.
Kayla choked yourself out. Kayla's like, yeah.
Go ahead.
What's the funniest thing your child has ever said to you that has made you laugh?
Am I allowed to say this? I think I am.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to say it. I think I've said it to you personally. It's fine. So recently we're at Chick-fil-A.
I remember this.
Okay, so we're at Chick-fil-A, the 4 of us, my husband, me, my kids. We're having a great family time. It was beautiful. Nobody was throwing tantrums. Everybody's eating their food. Picture perfect moment. Then I proceed to ask my kid, just out of curiosity, really. So my husband, he's black, obviously Hispanic. So our kids are mixed. So I wanted to ask her, like, okay, what color is daddy? So I asked her, hey, what color is daddy? She says, daddy's black. I said, great. What color are you? And so she looks at herself and she's like, I'm brown. I'm like, yeah, you're brown, right? Like, there's different shades. So I was curious because we've never talked about my color. So I'm like, what is mommy's color? And my other daughter, youngest one, is also very similar to my color. So I go, what is your sister's color? And she goes, you're dark white. And then she proceeds to say, got him. Like, straight up. She goes, you're dark white, mommy. Got him. And she laughs. And just, my husband and I lost it. In the middle of Chick-fil-A. I go, I guess I am dark white. But it was the got him for me.
Got him.
She's been hanging around Nikki way too much. But no, actually, my husband talks like that. So kids are always listening. They're sponges. And it's scary and also hilarious.
If she came up to me talking about some got him, I swear I'd pass out. I'd be like,
but that's going to be your kid. Your kid's going to come out the womb saying, got him.
I feel like they always say something crazy. Well, my daughter, she speaks pretty well. She just turned 3.
Oh, I'm concerned.
Well, the thing is, I didn't realize like how, I guess, sassy I was as a kid. You know, when they say like your child will be like you in a sense, I never notice it. Like, I'm like, I don't say that. And then people are like, yeah, you do. Cause she's repeating it. I'm like, I don't know. One time out of nowhere, she was like, I forgot what she was doing in the back seat. And I was like, you're making mommy upset when you're not listening to me. And this girl said, well, I'm upset too. I said, oh, excuse me. I had to turn my face and start laughing because I was like, how my child just read me. And I was like, it's okay that you're upset and you're mad. That's valid. But I'm saying as your mother, like, this is how I literally talk to her. I don't talk to her any other way but how I'm talking to you. Like, I'm just like, ma'am.
How do you handle challenges or difficult moments as like a parent?
I guess it depends on the challenge. I think over time, we have learned to just keep our cool and to understand that not everything is the worst thing in the world that can possibly happen.
Yeah.
And just kind of accept things as they are. But again, that's learned for the young moms.
Yeah.
And just try to just deal with every moment differently, have appropriate responses to the behavior. And, you know, when you're a new mom or like a new dad, you start freaking out over everything. I mean, Pastor David has talked about that. Like when he does his family teachings, it's like when you have your first kid, you're like hoarding over them and helicopter parenting, and every little thing has to be perfect, and their pacifier falls on the floor and you got to pick it up and not bleach it, but, you know, sanitize it. Yeah. You got to relax and just accept your kids as they are and accept each circumstance as it is. Your kids are going to have challenges, so why does that surprise you? Yeah. Right? Like, you expect that the challenges are going to happen. And I heard somebody say recently, like, for you guys as the children, remember that your parents are also growing up for the first time. So you're growing up together essentially, and that's challenging in itself. But just, you got to have Jesus, right? Have your church family, have your support system, ask people for help. I think moms are afraid to ask for help a lot of time. Don't be afraid to ask for help, moms. You need to. It's a very big deal. Yeah. Important. Yep. Communicate with your kids, right?
How do you handle challenges and difficult moments as a parent?
As they come. As they come. Like, there's no manual for it, and I wish there was, but everything is so unique, I think, to your kid and to your specific situation. Like, sure, there's like some common challenges, like sleep regressions. Like, pretty much every kid will experience that at one point or another, and parents have all had to navigate that. But like different difficulties and challenges, like, you just kind of take them as they come. I haven't had too many yet. I think the biggest difficulty, and it's not necessarily with my son himself, but it's more like, okay, my son is sick, but I also have all these responsibilities. You know, how do I navigate that? You know, like, those have been probably the most challenging moments for me as of now. And those have been like really tough decisions, because you're like, who do you let down? But I'm never gonna let my kid down like that. Well, I'm not gonna be a perfect parent, and I have to come to terms with that. But I think for me, it's an obvious choice. Like, if I have to pick between my kid or, you know, other responsibilities, like the other responsibilities will be there. You know, my kid's gonna needs me in this moment. So that's been a difficulty and a challenge sometimes, but it more of like that's just a difficult thing to have to do. But yeah, it's just as they come. Like I've been trying to stay on top of being educated about like discipline down the line, and I've tried to be educated about like, you know, just different, like, okay, you know, my son's about to be a toddler, like what can I expect at that age, you know, and I try to prepare myself as much as I can for that. But every kid is different, every kid is unique. No kid, there's no formula. Yeah. So it's just take them as they come.
I end up challenges difficult. For me, usually I first thing I do is probably pray about it and talk to God in my mind. Yeah. Second would be I ponder on it. Like I said, Capricorns are very logical. So, and I'm also an underwriter and insurance. So we're always looking at the facts, analyzing everything that's put in front of us. So I try to rationalize and figure out how to solve the problem. Yeah. And I do that a lot with everything, you know, for parenthood, for my own life, for work. I'm just an internal analyzer, and I have a high tolerance for pain, or, you know, meaning mental as well. So I can take it all the way up to here, and then either I'll come up with a solution. And, you know, another good thing, or sometimes what helps me too, is to sleep on it. And then when I get up in the morning and take a shower, then it comes to me for some reason. The answer comes. So I think something about the shower, because I hear people sing in the shower that, you know, something for them, whatever. For me, figuring out problems sometimes just automatically come to me as soon as I take a shower. It's like I have an answer, like, okay, that work problem, or oh, you girls were going through this, or whatever. It just automatically comes to me, and now I'm ready to deal with the problem.
Yeah. Last question. We have one more final question for you, Darylyn.
Let's get it.
What advice would you give to new moms navigating the early stages of motherhood?
Woo! Find your tribe.
It's good.
Find your tribe. Yeah, find moms who have done it before. You want people, or and even not just moms, just people who you know love you and who will check on you. Because postpartum can be a lot. Yeah. So it's advice I would give to people, moms navigating early motherhood. Early motherhood. Yeah. Yeah, find your tribe. Prioritize, especially in those like early weeks, taking care of yourself, because it's very easy, like in those newborn stages, you're not getting a lot of sleep. Like, prioritize just things that make you feel good. Get outside, you know, for 15 minutes. Take a shower every day. Yeah. I showered every day. You know, there's like that stereotype of like, you haven't showered in weeks because you have a newborn who's crying, you're covered in spit up and da-da-da. And sure, yeah, you're going to get spit up and whatever. But I showered every single day. I made sure my hair was you know, clean. You know, just things that would make me feel good in the midst of like those early motherhood challenges. So yeah, find your tribe. You know, find people who are going to support you and check on you. And because I love the Lord, you have to prioritize spending time with him, because your life is about to get crazy. Yeah. You know, and that's something that's going to anchor you. So prioritize spending time with the Lord. Prioritize your quiet time, even if it's 5 minutes, you know. Yeah. Sometimes before you have kids, you might have time to journal for 20 minutes and 30 minutes. Da-da-da. You might not have that much time, but just prioritize spending consistent time with him, and you'll be pretty much golden. That's good. And therapy. Hey, that helped me. Your girl needed some therapy.
Listen. Yeah. Hey, I don't know. Maybe we need to get somebody on here that talks about therapy. Yeah. Like a therapist on Unusual Chatter. Or like a mental health person on Unusual Chatter.
That would be incredible. I think mental health. I mean, it's become such a good topic of conversation nowadays. Like everybody's starting to prioritize mental health, and it's not like so taboo anymore. Yeah. So I think that would be a good idea.
Food for thought.
I would say to have patience with yourself.
That's good.
Yeah, because I am my worst critic.
I judge myself too much, and I'm learning to not do that. But you have to be patient with yourself, and like how I said earlier, like being kind to yourself, like not in like you need to get together. That's not the kind of self-talk you want to do. You want to be like, hey, it's okay. Like you're still new at this. You're still learning. Like you literally been given a whole nother person that has their own personality, their own way of thinking. Like they're not gonna be the exact person as you. You're still learning who your child is, and also you're learning and growing into learning who you are in this new chapter too. I would say like I always live my whole life like this. Like I say you take it day by day, but I also do a step further. Like you take it moment by moment, because I know that right after, like during my postpartum, I'll have, your hormones are all over the place. So I felt kind of crazy, but it's like all part of the postpartum, your hormones. But you'll have moments where you're like, oh my gosh, everything's amazing. And then you'll have moments where you're like, oh my gosh, like, what am I going to do? Like, you're like crying. You're like, why am I crying? Oh my gosh, everything's so hard. It's so stressful. And then you're angry one moment. And you just have to like be patient with yourself and allow yourself to feel these things and understand that it's normal and it's part of life. And that motherhood is challenging, but it's also rewarding. And all those great moments and like I hope in the future, like later on, like I could see my kids as adults and saying like, I want to be able to pat myself on the back like, yeah, I did that. That's my motivation to help keep me every day. Like each moment right now is like so key and so important that especially at this early age, like everything is like they soak everything up. So you have to be very aware of who you are as a person and how you're speaking to them, what you're affirming for them. Like that's so important. So yeah, that was my main thing, is just be patient. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to be Nara Smith. Get that out of your head. You're not going to be making bread from scratch. Jelly from scratch. Going to take you 6 hours. No, you don't got time. It's okay if you do a little, we got a little bread that we got from Aldi's. Some peanut butter. You want a snack? Here you go. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to put yourself at here.
A high level.
Just take it moment by moment. You learn how you style as a parent, because every person's different. Your kid is different too.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so my first piece of advice would be, when you come home with your baby, right? Don't clean your house. Nobody cares. Just take care of you and your baby. You literally have just birthed a human, right? And all of a sudden we think like, oh my gosh, our house is dirty. We need to mop and sweep and vacuum. No, you literally just need sleep and some food and quiet, and let your baby sleep. And when your baby sleeps, you sleep, and let other people do the cleaning for you. Like, what's the worst can happen? Is it going to get more dirty?
No.
Who's going to make it more dirty? You can't even move. So just chill out, relax, ask for help, let people help you. Like food trains, it seems so cheesy, right? But let people bring you food, right? Be humble. I don't know why moms are like that. Like, we feel like we have to do everything. We can't. We cannot do everything. So ask for help and let people help you. You want to come help?
No.
You want to babysit Destiny?
Gotta find some time, but I'll do it whenever I can.
You want to take her on vacation on a cruise?
Hey, listen, I'm always down to go on a cruise. Let's do it. Let's go. I'm always down. Whenever a cruise is brought up, I'm ready to go.
She's ready to go too.
My bags are packed. We're ready to go.
Destiny's like, I don't even need a bag. I'll just wear the same thing the whole time. Toothbrush? Who needs a toothbrush? She said she'll turn her pants inside out. Just wear those. She would.
What advice would you give to a new mom navigating the early stages of motherhood?
You're not crazy. It's really hard, and it's okay to admit that. It's also okay to, like I said, not to love every part of it, but also okay if it is great and you're like, you don't want to sound like your life is too perfect. Because I think there's moms that sometimes, their journey is going really, really well. And so they're afraid to say that because they know that maybe other moms' journeys aren't so great. But know that you're not alone. I think that in the beginning, it could feel so lonely.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're the only one that's ever gone through this. And that's a complete lie. Like, you're never alone. Don't isolate yourself. I know it's really easy, especially if it's your first time, to try to isolate yourself, to stay home all the time with the baby and feel like you're kind of stuck. But as soon as you can, try to find community and try to find moms out there that could help you, that could give you support, that could just help you navigate motherhood.
Yeah, that's good.
So find a community. You're not alone and you're not crazy.
Well, that's good. Mm-hmm. Sorry. All right. I got one more question for you.
Yes.
What advice would you give to a new mom navigating the early stages of motherhood?
So don't beat yourself up right away, or at all for that matter. I know we all think that becoming a mom, there's this instant thing that we're going to know how to handle every situation, that it's just going to automatically come to us. It does not. Mm-hmm. It's just like anything in life that we're going through. It's a learning process.
Yeah.
So don't beat yourself up if you make a mistake.
Yeah.
If you don't know what to do, just breathe through it. Just inhale and exhale, and then think the problem through. Whatever the situation is, think about it. If you need to reach out and call someone for help, pick up the phone. There's always someone out there that can talk to you and help you. But don't think that you're going to be able to solve the problem on your own sometimes or right away, because there is no clear-cut right way to raise your children. We all do the best that we can with the tools that we have in front of us at the time, and try to, navigate.
Yeah.
We're growing together, to be honest with you. When you become a parent, especially a first-time parent, you, as well as the child that you brought into the world, are growing together, learning together. It's the first time for the child being in the world, and it's the first time for you being a parent.
Thank you, Mom, for doing this again. I want to thank you for just being here and answering all these questions and helping these moms figure out that, one, they're not alone, they're not crazy, and that you're right, there is no right answer for any of what they're doing. Navigating parenthood is difficult. It's hard sometimes, but they're not alone, and they can reach out to friends, they can reach out to family, and they can reach out to Unusual Chatter. Anytime, DM us.
Unusual Chatter.
Yes. So we want to thank you, and we hope you guys have an amazing Mother's Day. We
Happy
love
Mother's
you.
Day to all the moms and
Happy
grandmas.
Mother's Day. Yes, all the moms, all the grandmas, all the great grandmas, because there's some out there.
All the aunties.
All the aunties. Yes.
Cousins.
We love y'all. Anyways, Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Stay blessed. Don't stress. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye, guys.